Hi, I'm Claire Gurney. I'm a physio and Pilates instructor. I'm now going to do a 60-minute video for Christmas, which you can do over the break between classes. So I'm hoping this will last about an hour, and I'm going to try and include exercises for your arms, your waist, your legs, so you feel like you've got a bit of a workout for everything. So yeah, enjoy it. Do it as many times as you feel you can. I'm also going to send out a 30-minute video as well, so you've got the choice of how long you want to do it for. So yeah, enjoy. So we're going to start standing on the mat, and you want to make sure that you've got your knees, hips and feet in line, shoulders relaxed back and down, and your knees soft. Try to look as festive as possible today for this as well, so hopefully you are too. And the tree in the corner as well. So once you find your posture, everything's nice and set up and relaxed, you're going to start to move your weight forward onto your toes and then back again onto your heels. Forward onto your toes and back to your heels. So you're just sensing where your balance begins and finishes on the floor. I'm also hoping, as I haven't recorded a video in a while, that there's no technological issues with this. So if there are, I need to run over to the camera. It'll be just like a normal Zoom session. And I will do that to make sure we can keep doing video. So you're moving forward and back, and then side to side. Good, well done. And then find somewhere halfway between the outside of each of your feet, and then start to move opposite arm to opposite leg, rolling through the legs, opposite arm, opposite leg. Just to get the body nice and warm. So if the coordination isn't great, don't worry, just do what you can. Good, well done. Bring your feet down, and then we're going to move opposite arm to opposite leg. And then you're going to move your arms and legs out to the side. Beware of the tree. So if you've got any furniture around you that you need to move out the way, you might want to do that during the warm-up, so you can then make sure you've got plenty of space to exercise during the actual session. Good. And then bring your arms back to your sides. You're also going to reach your arms forward and your legs back, pointing through your fingers and your toes. Good, lovely. Then bring your arms down to your side. You're going to lift opposite hand to opposite knee. Great, lovely. And then bring your legs back down. We're then going to lean from one side to the next. So just letting your arm reach down the outside of your leg. Make sure your hips are staying fairly still. You want to bend from the spine, not just pushing your hips from one side to the other. Good, lovely. Then bring it back to the centre. You're going to circle the arm up and round. Just reaching round. If you want to, you can turn your body and watch the arm go back round and behind you. Good, well done. Bring those arms down. Last thing, just keep your knees nice and soft and just turn your body one way to the next. Swing of the arms. Great, well done. Okay, let's start with the upper body. So I'm going to do some exercises for the arms and shoulders, and I'm going to alternate those with exercises for the waist and the legs. So if you start with your arms in your side, I'm just going to do a nice back of the shoulder warm up. So you want your palms facing upwards, glue your elbows to your sides, squeeze your shoulders back and try and bring your arms out to the side and then back closer. Make sure you're keeping your elbows bent as you do this as well. If you're starting to straighten out through the arms, then obviously if you're cheating, you want to try and keep them bent if you can. Good, and really focus on squeezing your shoulder blades back and down. Don't let the shoulders rise as you do that. You're looking to get them backwards rather than up. So we'll do 2 more of these. Great, well done, and relax the arms. Excellent. Okay, so we're now going to go back to the waist. So keeping your hips forwards, and to do that you want to squeeze your abdominal muscles, so think about drawing your belly button to your spine, and also engage your glutes, so think about tensing up your bottom muscles. And then so that's going to stabilise the hips, and then to work the waist, you're going to bring your arms up in line with your shoulders, and you're going to turn yourself to the side, to the middle, to the side, to the middle. So you're just moving one way and then the next. Good. You want to add some breathing patterns with this. You're going to breathe in the centre, out to turn, in the centre, out to turn. Good. And again, as you do this, try and make sure your shoulders are staying relaxed. You're not tensing them up and letting them go up towards your ears. Excellent. Okay, if you want more of a challenge, reach your arms in outwards, keep them in line with your shoulders, and we turn to the side and round. Keep your arms bent if you want to go, this is too much for you, and you want to go back to what we started with. Otherwise, you're keeping the arms out and extended. Hips nice and still. Turning from the upper body. Okay, 2 more each way. And we'll give the arms a break. Good, now bring it down, bring one arm across, pull it in with the other side, give that shoulder a stretch. And then we move across and we do the other one. Lovely job. Okay, relax the arms, the shoulders a shake. We're now going to go down to the legs. So we're going to balance on one side. If your balance is rubbish, there will be options to keep the foot down, but do try and keep most of your weight on this one side. And hopefully by the end of this practice, it will be a bit less rubbish. So you're going to bring the leg forward and bring the leg back. Bring the leg forward and bring the leg back. Now, as I mentioned earlier about abdominal muscles, the area around your belly button, or just below, imagine you're drawing that inwards, so pulling your belly button towards your spine. That's going to stabilise the hips, that will help with some of these balance exercises. Also, if you look at one thing in the distance, on the floor or the wall in front of you, keep your gaze on that, and that's going to help to keep you nice and steady. Okay, we do 2 more, and then we're going to change legs. Good. Change legs, bring it forward and back. So that's your option. If you do start to lose the balance with this, you can tap your foot forward and back, keeping it on the floor. Otherwise, try and keep your foot off the floor. So we've all got a good leg and a rubbish leg. This is my rubbish leg. Okay, we do 4 more. Good, well done. Give your legs a shake. Okay, back to the upper body. So I'm going to give you a bit of a challenge now. This one's really going to work your shoulders. So if you turn around, you want your arms behind you, and you're going to cross one arm over the other. As you do that, again, focus on your shoulders going backwards rather than upwards. So your shoulder blades slide down your back. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And try and keep these arms moving, one over the other. Okay, here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Back to the waist. So let's step your legs a bit wider. Keep your knees bent so they're not locked tense. There's a bit of a bend in your knees. So if someone was to push you, you would be able to stabilise yourself because your knees aren't locked. So your arms then come to your side, and you're going to reach up and over with the arm, and then back to the centre, up and over the other way, and back to the centre. Well done. So you're going to breathe in and out to go to the side. Breathe in the centre, out to go to the side. Well done. Watch that when you do this, you're not pushing your hip to the side. The movement is again coming from your back and your spine. So each sideways movement, you're feeling that bending through the waist, and there's actually your spine that's flexing to the side. This should feel like a really nice stretch. Really extend through the fingers. Maybe 2 more each way. Good, okay, brilliant. Bring your legs a little bit closer, and we're going to work on that sort of sideways direction with our next balance test. So you're going to bring most of your weight onto one side, reach your opposite arm and opposite leg out to the side, hold it for 3 seconds, and then come back. If that's too much, just keep your foot on the floor, hold, and back. You're still going to test your balance a little bit. But if you can lift up, go as far as you feel you've got control, and then come back. As you do that as well, really focus on squeezing your bottom on the leg that's lifting out to the side. So you're going to work your glutes, which is really good for hip strength. Good, one more time. Great, well done. Give that leg a bit of a shake. Okay, back to the upper body. So if you bring your hands onto your shoulders, and then you're going to move your elbows around in a nice big circle. So this is really nice for mobilising through the upper back. If you want to make this a bit bigger, you can go rounding your spine, and then lifting your chest, rounding your spine, and then lifting your chest. So then you're really getting a nice stretch through the upper back. Okay, 4 more of these. You got some clicks and crunches in my shoulders. Hopefully you're getting some of that too. It's not a very bad thing if your joints click. It's actually usually a good sign that you're getting some movement there and loosening things up a bit. One more time. Okay, shake the shoulders. Last exercise for balance. Bring your legs a bit wider, hands on your hips or wherever it's comfortable. You're going to see if you can go all the way up onto your toes, and then all the way down to your heels. All the way up to your toes, and all the way down to your heels. Keep your gaze on something in the distance. Slowly up, slowly down. Good. And if you want a little bit more of a challenge with that and your arms haven't had enough already, you're going to reach them up and bring them down. Reach them up and bring them down. Moving your balance now if I can't do that, maybe too hard for myself. Reaching up and then down. Up and then down. 4 more. Good work, well done. Okay, we're now going to roll onto the floor, so I'll explain this exercise and then give you a chance to practice yourself. So you turn sideways on, make sure that your shoulders are nice and relaxed, your knees are soft, and we're going to move from our head, and then we're looking to mobilise each vertebra through our spine by rolling down through the body towards the floor. So start with your head, let your shoulders come forwards, and then focus on letting each part of your back slowly relax and stretch and bend forwards towards the floor. Then on the way back, you're going to slowly bring each part of your spine one on top of the other, so imagine you're stacking each vertebra as you come back up. And then roll your shoulders. Knees, you have a small bend of the knees, and make sure you're not over bending them because you won't feel much in your back then. So you're going to drop your head, come forwards, slowly bring it down, and then slowly come up. And again, don't worry if you don't get that far, just go as far as you feel comfortable. Okay, 3 more in your own time. Don't feel you need to keep up with me if you want to go a bit slower. Okay, we're going to do one more, and then we're going to come down onto our hands and knees. So you're going to go, move to the end of your mat, drop your head, let your shoulders come forwards, go down to about halfway, then bend your knees, and come forwards onto your hands and knees. So when you're here, you want your knees under your hips, your arms under your shoulders, and you want to stay in a nice straight line. So we're going to start with some hip extension. So this is again really good for working your glute muscles around your bottom and your hips. So you're going to lift one leg up, so your knee is bent and your foot is in line with your body. And then you're going to bring your leg down and up, down and up. So you're aiming to get your heel up towards the ceiling. The rest of the body is staying nice and still. Good. You want to add some breathing. You're going to breathe in to bring it down, out to bring it up. In to bring it down, out to bring it up. Good. We'll do 2 more, then we'll change legs. Well done. Give it a quick break with the arms. And then we're going to come back forwards. Okay, so then again, opposite leg, knees bent, lift up in line with your hip. You can flex your foot if you want to as well. You then bring the leg down and lift it up. And you're trying to stay nice and balanced through the rest of your body. Good, make sure you're not holding your breath. Do 2 more. And then you're going to bring that leg down Feet bottom back to your heels, relax your head down. Okay, we're now going to come back up again. Good, and then you're going to come and sit down. So your legs are in line with your body. We're then going to bring the arms forwards, and you're going to slowly roll back a little way. And then slowly come up. Slowly come back a little way. And slowly come up. Good. If this is too much, what you can do is to have your hands on your knees, and that's going to just help your back, give it a bit of support. And likewise, if you feel this is quite bony on your tailbone, sort of when you go back, you can have a cushion or a folded towel underneath that area, and that's just going to help. Okay, we'll do 5 more of these. Yeah, keep going. You can do it. So one more time. Great, good work. Okay, last 4 base exercise. You're going to bring your legs this way, or you can cross them if that's easier. And then you're going to have your arms by your side. You're going to reach up and over with one arm, reaching towards the side of the wall, and then back to the centre, and then over the other way. Back to the centre, and over, and then again the other way. So if this is too much on the legs to be in this cross-legged position, you can instead bring them forwards. And see if that feels any more comfortable. If not, then obviously sitting this way, just going to give you a bit more stretch through your hips. Okay, great news. Okay, we're now going to go down to the floor. So you're going to turn sideways and then see if you can slowly roll yourself down. Now, furniture may be an issue, so I'm just going to move myself into the camera view so you can see what I'm doing. And you might find, like me, you need to move yourself around today so you've actually got space to exercise. So you're going to bring your knees, hips and feet in line to start with, and make sure your shoulders are relaxed onto the floor. Also check your lower back, make sure it's not sort of flattened down and pressing into the floor, but also make sure you're not arching your back in a strange way, creating a lot of space. So, well, the first exercise is going to start to loosen up through the lower back and then hopefully settle us in a more comfortable position for our back. So you're going to let your arms relax into the floor. And we're going to do the bridge. So with this, you're going to draw in your lower abdominal muscles and at the same time focus on just maybe starting to push your hips forwards to press your lower back into the floor. And then from there, you're going to slowly roll up from the floor. So your hips come up in line with your knees and your shoulders. And then you slowly go down again. Try not to overextend too much so you're not lifting too high and pushing more strain through your back. With that, I mean you don't want your hips to come any higher than your knees. Really fun. Add a breathing pattern with this. You're going to breathe in and out as you lift. And then breathe in and out as you lower. They don't need to be really deep breaths. This is just going to help with your concentration. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more of a challenge. We're going to add some arms. So So with this, you're going to bring yourself up to that bridge position. And then once you get there, you're going to bring your arms up above your head and then down to your legs and then slowly roll down. And we'll do that 5 more times. So you slowly lift yourself up, get into that bridge position, bring your arms up, bring your arms down and roll down to the floor. Again, if you're looking to add breathing patterns, so breathing in and out to lift. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring them back to your side. And then inhale, exhale to come down. Good. Okay, 3 more times. And then once you get to the floor, hug your knees to your chest. And then once you've loosened up your spine, put your legs down. You should now hopefully feel that your back feels nice on the floor, not overly pushed in and not overly arched. But if not, just do a few tilty movements to adjust yourself, and then keep your hips still, and make sure that your back feels comfortable and there's too much strain in it. So that's important because we're now going to do a leg exercise, and if you feel that your back sort of overarches or flattens or moves out of place, then make sure you stick to the easier version of the exercise so you're not making it too hard and putting too much strain through your lower back. So the easy version of the exercise is going to be to lift one leg into what we call tabletop position, and then tap your foot down and lift and lower. So just a little toe taps through that one leg if you want to. If you want to make it harder, rather than just doing one leg, and you can work say 10 to 15 on that side, you're going to lift both legs. So we're going to go lift, lift, lower, lower. I'm going to move so I don't destroy the tree. Lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower, or somewhere between 12 and 15 on each side. Just seeing what your legs can handle. If we're doing this, we're aiming for about 10 of these. Listen up to about 3. Different breathing patterns. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Again, with Pilates, it doesn't need to be deep breaths. It's just making sure that you are putting some breath with the movement, not holding your breath, and allowing your body to perform nice, smooth, coordinated movements with the breath. Okay, 2 more here. Well done, give it like a shake. Okay, we're then going to keep the knees and feet together, and we're going to bring the arms a little bit wider. So then you're going to let your legs drop over to the side, creating a bit of a twist through the side of the body, and then back to the centre, and then over the other way. If it's comfortable, you can turn your head, so your head goes in the opposite direction to your knees, and then we come back to the centre, and over the other side, and then back to the centre. Again, you can do breathing patterns here, so we go inhale and exhale, make it harder. So if that's not enough energy for you, you can lift the knees up to tabletop position. Then you're going to go to the side, back to the centre, to the side, and back to the centre. So your hip will lift slightly away from the floor as you go to the side. What you don't want is for your shoulders to lift. So if your shoulders lift, or you feel that it's just a massive effort to bring the legs back to the middle, then just go to the easier version and pop your feet back down to the floor. Okay, we'll do 4 more each way. Well done. And bring your legs down. Okay. We're now going to move your knees back in line with your hips, just to make sure you're nice and settled on the floor. And then you're going to raise your arms up above your head. So we're now going to flow up away from the floor. So you're going to bring the arms slowly towards the legs, and at the same time, see if you can raise your head and shoulders, and then go back to the ground. If that's too much on your neck, you can always just move the arms towards the legs, and then back above your head. What you want to do with this as well is to think about drawing your lower abdominal muscles inwards, so that belly button to spine movement again. That's going to stop your back overarching as you move your arms up above your head. So you try and just control that back movement and then bring it down. And if that means you don't quite get your arms to the floor, don't worry, just go as far as you can. You want to make it harder. Inhale, exhale to come up. Inhale, exhale to come up. Keep your gaze focused towards your knees as well. It's going to hopefully try and keep your head in a nice position. And with this, it feels like you're almost using the breath to help you lift away from the floor. Two more. Good, well done. Hug your knees to your chest. Give it a little bit of a break. Okay, we're now going to work again through the legs and the abdominal muscles. So bring the legs down. You're going to keep your feet together, and then you're going to bring the arms up in line with the shoulders. So with this, you're going to take the same arm and the same leg out to the side, and you want to think about keeping the other side nice and still. So you let your head follow your arm out to that way. Bring it back, and again your head follows your arm, and back to the middle. You might need to make allowances depending on the furniture. You might need to maybe bend your arm or something. I'm not going so far. That's fine. Okay. How are you working your abdominals, you might think? Well, you're going to think about drawing your abdominals inwards towards your spine. If you can't do that the whole time, just do it when you bring the arm inwards. So you think nice relaxed abdominals, draw them in to come to centre. Nice relaxed abdominals, draw them in to come to centre. So that way you're helping your back stay supported with the hardest movement. Okay, we're ready to step it up a level. Bring the knees up to tabletop. Again, focus on trying to keep the spine in a nice neutral position. And just go as far as you've got control. So if the other leg starts to rock, you feel your body tipping, you've gone too far, bring it back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you're adding a little bit of breath. Okay, leave 2 more each side. Well done, and bring it down. Okay, last exercise here, we're going to do a leg circle. I'm going to move myself upwards because I've got more space to exercise. So your other leg that you're not going to work is going to be either bent or straight, depending on what works for you. The side that you are using is going to lift upwards to the ceiling, and then you're going to circle it round. You keep that leg going round. If that's too much, or you feel there's a bit of clicking in your hip, keep your movement small. You can also bend your knee. That's a little bit easier. So you're just circling that round. Good. We'll do 4 more. And then bring that down and change legs. Bring the other one up and circle it round. So again, big circles, small circles, whatever works for you. We'll see how much space you've got. Don't need to make it that big. So do if you wear things around you. Don't worry, I didn't think that was for me. Do 2 more. Good, well done. Give your leg a rub if they feel a bit stiff after that. Okay, we're now going to turn over onto our side. So I'm going to come this way so that you can see me a bit better. So your legs are nice and straight. And you want to use your arm to support your head, or if you've got a cushion or something, you can use that as a bit of head support. As your head goes down, your arm comes forward, and you want to think about having your legs stacked one on top of the other. So that means you want to imagine there's a bit of a gap between your body and the floor. Depending on body size, that may be a real gap or just that sensation of drawing inwards at your belly button to keep your back supported and make sure you're not just collapsing into the floor. So you think about keeping supported there, hips are stacked, other arm can be on your leg or wherever you want to put it, and then you're going to lift and lower that top leg. Lift and lower. So you can point the toe on the way up, flex it on the way down. If you want to add breathing, breathe in to lift, bring it down, out to lift. Inhale, exhale, keep it going. Well done. Give that leg a pat. Okay, we're now going to work the arms. So you're going to bend your knees to keep your lower body stable and bring your arm in front of you. You're going to slowly bring that arm back behind you and slowly bring it forward. If you've got space, you can keep the arm straight. Obviously, you might need to bend it if, like me, you're a bit limited. Good. So just moving that arm back. Try and keep your lower body still. So what you're doing here, you're stretching the shoulder. You're also trying to mobilise through the spine with that nice twist movement. Good. You can let your head move as well and watch that arm go back behind you. Okay, good, well done. Okay, back to the legs now. Then we're going to do the clam. So with this, make sure your feet are roughly in line with your bottom, so they're not too far forward or back. You also want your knees over bent. You kind of want to bend them about 90 degrees or a bit more. So you're then, so two options. Easy option, keep the feet together. You're then going to lift that top knee up and then down, up and then down. Trying to make sure your hips stay level and you're not rocking backwards. You want to make that harder. Lift your feet and then move from here. And get that leg a little bit higher. Good, well done. Bring it down. Give your legs a pat. Okay, we're then going to turn over and repeat all that on the other side. Depending how this works in the video, I might end up cutting my head off. We shall see. Either way, though, you can see my legs, which is an important thing for the first exercise. So yeah, legs extended, head supported on a pillow or on your arm, and your arm can come forward as well. Then yeah, I'm definitely going to need to move. So yeah, you will have to watch my legs for this one. Head supported, arm forward, and then you're going to lift and lower that top leg. Bring it up and down. Good, hopefully you're starting to feel it now. Let's do two more. Good, okay, then you're going to bring your arm on top of the other one. You can bend your legs as well to give you a bit more movement, and that way I can then come a tiny bit more without destroying things. So, legs bent, arm forward. You are then going to reach that arm back and behind you. And we're going to slowly come forward. So reach that arm back and behind. Imagine you are trying to move each vertebra in your spine backwards as you follow your arm. So your shoulder moves, each bit of your back moves as far as you can go. And then it all comes forwards. Good, one more time. Good. Okay, legs. Yeah, again, you can either just keep your foot down and move the top leg, or we can increase, bringing both feet up, and then lifting lower in the top leg from there. Good. It doesn't really matter how high you get the knee, as long as you're feeling it into this bottom area. If you're not, do just make sure you're not rocking back with that top hip, but they're staying nice and stacked one on top of the other. Good. 2 more. Whew, good work. Feel like a cat. Okay, I'm going to come up and I'm then going to turn around as well, so you can see most of me. Get rid of the pillow, so you can get rid of that if you're using one. So you're going to come on down again onto your front this time. Don't feel you need to turn all the way around. You can just turn around within the space you've got. But I'm going to start with the cobra, which is a nice exercise to stretch through the front of the body and to work the lower back and the arms. So you bring your head in line with your spine. Have your arms a little bit wider than your body. Think about squeezing the glutes, tense your bottom, and draw in the abdominal muscles. You can slowly lift your chest up from the floor, trying to use your back muscles. When you get to as far as you feel that you can go, if you want to make it harder, you're going to push with the arms to bring yourself further, and then you slowly bring it down. Now don't worry if you don't go as high as me. You might just want to stick to coming about here, and that's enough. You just go as far as you feel comfortable. If this hurts your back, feel free to sit this one out. Yeah, we'll do 2 more. Good, well done. Okay, we're now going to put the legs. So you're going to bring your arms down and then your head onto your hands. You're going to lift one leg at a time off the floor. So your head onto hands, lift one leg at a time off the floor. And you try and get the whole leg, the thigh comes up. If that's too much, you can bend the knee if that feels too much for your back. If you can, try and get the whole leg off the floor. Breathe in to lower the leg and out to lift. Good, shake your legs. Okay, last exercise here. Think about drawing in your abdominal muscles, tensing your glutes, bringing the arms by your side, and trying to lift your body away from the floor, and then pulse your arms up and down. So my palms are facing downwards, my head is lifted. If this is too much, you could always just bring your head down to the floor, but try and stay up if you can. So you're working your back. If you want to work even harder, see if you can bring your legs off the floor, and then try and keep this going. Good, well done. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, well done. Okay, push your bottom back to your heels. Have a nice stretch forward. Come out of that position for a few seconds. And we're going to come back down to the floor and do some stretches. So all the hard work is done. We now just have to do a bit of cool down. So you can see if you can grab your foot, pull it towards your bottom, relax your head down, get a nice stretch. Bring that down and change arms. Good, bring that down, okay. In your own time, slowly turn over onto your back. Once you get there, plug your knee into your chest. No one ever looks very elegant, do they, turning over on the floor, so just do the best that you can. And then you're going to straighten your leg up to the ceiling and try and pull it in just below your knee. If you want to, you can point and flex the foot, or you can circle it around. And then change sides. Let the leg go down, hug the other knee into the chest. Good, then straighten that leg up to the ceiling. You want to circle your foot or flex your ankle, you can do. This loosens off any stiffness. Good, then you're going to bend the other knee, put that foot onto that knee, so you're trying to get that knee to go outwards. You can either just push, or you can reach forward, so you're grabbing behind the knee, which is not sticking out to the side, and then just hold that, feel the stretch on the other leg. Good, then change sides, bring that leg down, foot onto the knee, and either push the knee out or reach through the gap and hug those knees, hug that leg towards you. Going to stretch through the leg which is sticking out to the side. Good, well done. Bring that leg down. Prop yourself up. Bring the legs forwards. You're going to cross one arm over the other. And look behind you. Change sides. Good, well done. Then you're going to slowly come up, if you can, bring yourself forwards onto your toes, and then roll up so your head is the last thing to come up. So you straighten your legs, and then slowly raise back the spine. And you come up to standing. Okay, we take one leg forward and one leg back. Bend your front knee, keep the back leg straight, lean slightly forward, feel that in the back calf muscle, and then you can reach the arms up above the head. Good, swap sides, one leg forward, one leg back. The arms behind you this time. Good, bring your legs a bit closer, and then tilt your head to one side. And the other way. Pull down to the ground. Forwards. Give it all a shake. Good work, well done. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to do it as many times as you want to over Christmas. Yeah, and thank you for watching.